is actual craziness. The future.
This is the future we've all been waiting for. Self-driving taxis blocking traffic and clogging up cul-de-sacs, and robots blocking all the crosswalks in San Francisco. Amazing. All I wanted was a hoverboard so that I could cruise over to the grocery store, over to my grandma's house, and all I get is the robot takeover.
What's up? Welcome to Dolphin Dream House.
Yeah, welcome back to the show, everybody. Today we're going to be checking out the strangest and most mysterious videos on the entire internet. But before we do that, let's go ahead and hit that like button, help us run our numbers up in the algorithm, subscribe to Dolphin Dream House, and let's get right to it.
Admiral Robert Howard was just on Fox News and he's wearing a mask.
The president has time on his hands. He controls the narrative, he controls the strike capabilities, and he knows that the policy he set with the blockade has had short-term and long-term effects on the regime and the people of Iran. So he's been very astute in leveraging that time. And so I don't see it as negotiations. It really is capitulation. The president's made it very clear. You will not have a nuclear weapon.
That is not Admiral Robert Howard. That is a completely different individual, either masking as Admiral Robert Howard. I mean, if you look at Robert Howard here in 2016 to current day, completely different person. What is going on, right? With all the high strangers to do with the UFO files, are these genuinely hybrid or different people posing as other people on news? As you can see, all of these missing scientists and things of that nature. Is Admiral even alive, right? Is he around? Has he gone missing? Is there someone trying to play as him on the news, right? And it's all very concerning. So is there, or this could even be a hybrid being, mate, playing in our faces, but we don't actually know. It's very odd, it's very weird, and it's almost like they are taking the mick out of us, right? What is going on? And there's a photo here of Netanyahu that was on Fox News, apparently, semi-recently. Looks like a mask.
What is this, Halloween at the White House?
What is under that?
It's probably just one of those reptilian aliens they've been talking about. You know, no big deal.
Okay, I'm not going to call it a human. I'm not calling it a man, because I don't know what it is. The thing with the mask on Fox News, you think they put that out there on purpose? Or do you think that they think we're that stupid that we wouldn't notice that it was a mask? I'm curious.
I was actually wondering the same thing. It almost feels like they wanted you to see it was a mask.
Like it was way too obvious. Like we've all seen the folds at the bottom of people's necks and kind of wondered. But this one is like, without a doubt, bro, looked completely fake.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like the same guy either. He had no expression on his face.
Yeah, and he didn't blink the entire time. Maybe they haven't figured out the eyelid part of the masks yet.
You don't care about science? That's okay. Because AI is going to touch everything else as well. Whatever path you choose, AI will become part of how work is done. I know what many of you are feeling about that. I can hear you. There is a fear. There is a fear in your generation that the future has already been written, that the machines are coming, that the jobs are evaporating, that the climate is breaking, that politics is fractured, and that you are inheriting a mess that you did not create. And I understand that fear. The question is not whether AI will shape the world. It will. The question is whether you will help shape artificial intelligence. We do not know. We do not know the precise contours of what this transformation will look like. But what we do know is it will require each of us to adapt in ways that we cannot yet anticipate. Because on balance, I am deeply optimistic, and I believe that you should be as well.
Wow, talk about giving an inspiring graduation speech. Bro, really thought that was a good idea to go tell these graduates how all their jobs are going to be replaced by AI and thought that he was going to get some kind of standing ovation? I hope his check for that graduation speech gets voided and torn up because, bro, he did not fulfill his duties of inspiring these young minds.
He actually expected them to cheer after telling them they had no choice.
AI is rewriting production as we sit here. I know it. Deal with it. Like I said, it's a tool. Hey, like I said, you can hear me now or you can pay me later. Hey, then do something about it, okay? It's a tool. Make it work for you. The things you learned in your first year here may already be obsolete.
Another one, dude.
It makes me laugh so hard, though, that they're getting booed. I'm so glad to hear that.
Me too, honestly. I really have hope for this younger generation. You guys are going to save the world if it's not already too late. But seriously, who is hiring these people for the graduation speeches? Whoever's hiring them needs to lose their job because they're picking the worst possible candidates. I think I could do a better job of inspiring the minds of the youth who are graduating right now than some freaking bozo who's telling them how they're not going to have a job.
Maybe they're getting hired by AI, though.
Yeah, ChatGPT is cutting them a check saying, hey, go tell all the youth that I'm going to replace their jobs.
Like Tartaria.
You don't know what Tartaria is?
I don't know what Tartaria is.
Okay.
That's my favorite
Yeah,
rabbit
break that
hole,
down.
honestly. Well, I think like before our country was found, 1776, I think Tartaria was a thing prior to that. And they wiped out all of the information like we have on it. And Tartaria was like an era of time where they were using free-flowing energy. They had technology like we had now. Things were flying through the sky, just using the ether, atmospheric energy. And the Tartarian people, they were giants. A lot of them were washed away in the flood, they say, which I think was also like, it flooded the entire civilization. And I don't think it was natural. They had these buildings to where like geometrically, it was all like based off of geometry. And so everything was harnessed from the atmosphere and people were 7 and 8 feet tall. And these buildings have doors that are 12 feet tall.
Which
wide.
they still have today.
It's crazy.
Right, and they're still there. And the little points at the top of those buildings, those were to harvest energy from the ether. And they used like copper and everything was bliss. And then they wiped them out.
So
Who's they?
So if you look at modern day DC, look at the buildings. So the buildings to this day, they still don't know how they built them. The carvings of it looks like laser. Like somebody used a laser where they carved it. If you look at Capitol Hill, if you look at all the DC buildings, there's no way they built this hundreds of years ago without any kind of superior technology. There's no way.
They say the same thing about pyramids.
So the 12-foot doors that she's talking about, why do they have those in DC right now?
The 12-foot doors?
Some doors are like 30 feet tall. Massive doors. I'm like, why do you
what?
have this? For
though?
what?
For who?
Like huge, like oak, crazy thick doors that are massive. Why do you have that? How'd you build it? Look at the World Fair in Chicago. Look at all the World's Fair. How did they build all those buildings? There was what, paper mache buildings? There's no way. Like if you pull up the World's Fair in Chicago, San Francisco, that's Tartaria. Like if you look at these structures and they just built it just for the World Fair, there's no way.
Man, that Tartaria rabbit hole is deep.
It is so deep, and it's so crazy to find these old maps and old books with old maps in them, and Tartaria is on the map.
Super weird. I don't know. Let us know what y'all think. I mean, why was the shadow above the chemtrail? Like, did that seem like the light was pointing the wrong way on that thing? What was up with that?
Something does not add up with whatever was going on with that shot.
But the one thing I do know is that whatever they're spraying up in the skies is probably really great for our health and for the environment.
Something's getting ready to happen with the military. The last time we saw movement like this from the president and vice president, we went and attacked Iran. The time before that, we went into Venezuela. Donald Trump was supposed to spend the weekend at his New Jersey golf resort golfing and skipping his son's wedding. But late last night, he quietly and quickly returned to Washington, D.C. And according to flight tracking individuals on Twitter, an hour ago, J.D. Vance left Cincinnati direct to Washington, D.C. Something is going to occur this weekend, more than likely. We don't know what it is. Is it them going into Cuba? Is it us resuming attacks on Iran? Or is it something even different? Maybe we're going after Greenland. Who knows at this point? But what we do know is something is beginning to happen. And the pizza trackers in Washington, D.C. are seeing an uptick of pizza deliveries to the Pentagon. And we all know what that means.
What's next?
You knew they were going to try to pull something this weekend.
Yeah, they're getting everybody ramped up. Come on, Memorial Day weekend, let's go. Let's do something terrible.
Did you guys hear what's happening in Mexico and will be fully in place by June 30th, 2026, which affects 127 million people? Listen to this. And this is what people have been warning about for years, and they were called theorists. Like, there's no way they would do that. It's happening in Mexico, and it's planned to happen everywhere else, by the way. So this is why we need to say no. Mexico is mandating, remember, mandates mean nothing if you say no, that all 127 million mobile phone users register their phone numbers with biometric data, including fingerprints, iris scans, and facial recognition by June 30th, 2026. And if you don't, you will be cut off from cell service. Every single user with a SIM card must register. All phone lines, including prepaid/Amigo lines. Now, they say this is to boost security, and unauthorized or unregistered lines that's going to face suspension. But it's aiming to curb extortion. Now, I'm sure, yes, like in theory, sure, if everyone's connected to their ID on their phone, they can't be, that's like safer, like there's less crime that can happen. But is this about stopping the crime, or is it about making a digital database where anything anyone says can be tracked, traced, and monitored back to them as an individual person? And if you're in China and everything's connected and digitally connected to you, and you say something like, I don't really like what the government's doing right now, then what happens? We all know. So is this problem, reaction, solution?
Oh, boy.
Bring back the flip phone.
Yeah, I just want my old Nokia brick phone that you can toss off of a building into a toilet and then still call your grandma afterwards.
It's 3 a.m. and I just went down a rabbit hole. This food ain't real. This food is not real. This is bread. Mind you, I'm watching videos, so I remember that I had some buns in my pantry that I hadn't gotten rid of because I wanted some turkey burgers one day and I never used the rest of the buns. And I'm like, I know they should have maybe expired like December. It's January 7th. Y'all, this is the bread that should be expired. It should be molding or molded at this point. Why am I wringing it out like a dry, like this ain't food. That's not food. Y'all, I'm traumatized and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but now you're traumatized too.
Hey, that bread would make great use for a sponge. You could wash all your dishes with that.
Yeah, honestly, I would just pour some Dawn liquid dish soap on that thing and scrub out my pans with it.
Yeah, why waste it?
What started out as a chemical leak in Orange County, California is now turning into a full emergency situation. Look at this. Officials say a massive 34,000-gallon tank filled with highly flammable chemicals at a Garden Grove aerospace facility started overheating, causing dangerous vapors to leak into the air. Fire crews spent hours trying to cool the tank down, but officials now say it can no longer be safely controlled. Authorities warn there are now only two possible outcomes. Either the tank spills toxic chemicals across the area, or the overheating triggers a massive explosion that could ignite nearby tanks as well. Evacuation orders are already in place across parts of Orange County, and emergency shelters are now open as crews prepare for the worst case scenario. Keep your eyes on this one, folks. Have a great day.
I feel like The Simpsons already did this, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they already did. But seriously, though, if we have any viewers in Orange County, let us know what's going on with that. I love Orange County. We've been down there like a few times, like Huntington Beach and all that. It's really beautiful country, so I would hate to see something bad happen down there. Let us know what's going on.
What is going on, you all? Who is this right here? What happened to Jeff Bezos? I don't know what's going on anymore, you all, but these people are looking different. Again, you tell me what's going on. Maybe this is the prime version of Jeff Bezos. Maybe that's who this is, right? Or maybe it is Jeff Bezos and, there's nothing to worry about here, right? But what if something else is going on here? This is the Jeff Bezos I remember. And he had a little bit of that droop on one of his eyes, right? So who is that other guy? I don't know what is going on, you all. I don't know what is happening anymore. Again, maybe there's nothing to this at all, but you have to admit that there are a lot of bizarre things happening anymore when it comes to any of these people, these celebrities, and the list goes on. Something weird is going on. You tell me what is going on here. Do you think this is the same guy on the right side of your screen as the left side of your screen? Something weird's going on, y'all. What do you think?
Yeah, it doesn't look like Jeff Bezos because that's not Jeff Bezos. It's Beth Bezos. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Get with the program.
Get the memo.
Listen up. This is Apollo. Now listen to this.
On the Great Seal of the United States. More importantly, the prophecy on the Great Seal, the Novus Ordo Seclorum, is taken from the Cumae Sibyl, a priestess of Apollo, who prophesied that at the end of time, Apollo would return to the earth and it would give birth to a new golden age. Well, the golden age in Greek mythology is when the gods and the demigods walked upon the earth. And her prophecy is not just that Apollo will return, but that it will give birth to a new race of people who have been merged with the gods. So again, the same kind of symbolism, but Apollo's father, according to her prophecy, is Jupiter. And if you look at ancient depictions of Jupiter, he is pulled through the heavens by two flying winged serpents.
Welcome to the golden age.
That, my friends, is my homeboy Tom Horn. That dude was way ahead of the curve. He was talking about all this Borg transhuman crap that they're doing today like 20 years ago. Dude was way ahead of the curve.
Got some bread with a little ranch on it, a little butter on it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you on film. I got you. You need to brush your teeth though. Like your teeth look buttery. Let me see. See that butter up on it though. I don't know if it's from that bread. Like you, hey, when you go home tonight, you brush your teeth. You hear me? You brush your teeth. Alright? You brush your teeth, alright? You drop the piece on the ground. It's on the ground. It's on the ground. It's on the ground. Wait, hold up. Wait. It's on the ground. It's on the ground. Well, you got some buttery teeth.
I knew Sherman loved ranch on his bread.
Yeah, of course. He's a cool guy. All cool guys like ranch on their bread.
If y'all could feed Sherman, what would you give him to eat?
I think if I could feed Sherman anything, it would be a big old crunchy corn dog. Let us know what you'd feed him.
But that's it for the video, you guys.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Again, if you liked it, go ahead and like this video. Help run our numbers up in the algorithm. Subscribe to Dolph Dreamhouse. We love you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.